Before the fear, before the championships, before the legend, there was a boy lifting hay bales in silence. No cameras, no applause, just survival. This is the real life of Brock Lesnar. Brock Edward Lesnar was born in 1977 in Webster, South Dakota, a place where comfort doesn't exist. Raised on a dairy farm, Brock's childhood was physical from day one. Early mornings, heavy labor, no excuses. Strength wasn't trained, it was required. A quiet kid with unusual power. Brock wasn't talkative, he wasn't expressive. He kept to himself, but his body told a different story. Even as a teenager, his size and strength were unnatural. Teachers noticed, coaches noticed. Brock didn't chase attention, he avoided it. In high school, Brock discovered wrestling. Not entertainment, not performance, control, discipline, domination. On the mat, he didn't need words, only force. Wrestling became his escape, a place where silence turned into victory. Brock earned a scholarship to Bismarck State College, then transferred to the University of Minnesota. Here, competition was brutal. Only the strongest survived, and Brock didn't just survive. He dominated. In 2000, Brock Lesnar became NCAA heavyweight champion. No theatrics, no trash talk, just complete control. The wrestling world took notice, and so did the entertainment world. World Wrestling Entertainment saw something rare, not a character, not a gimmick, a legitimate monster. Brock signed with WWE and left amateur wrestling behind. What followed was unlike anything before. Meteoric rise, too much, too fast. Brock's WWE rise was explosive. Debut victories, main event dominance. In 2002, at just 25 years old, he became the youngest WWE champion in history. Fans were shocked, but inside, Brock felt trapped. Fame suffocated him. Travel, media, scripts, expectations. Brock wasn't built for celebrity. He was built for combat, and the pressure pushed him toward a decision no one expected. At the height of his WWE success, Brock Lesnar walked away. Fans were stunned. Critics were furious. But Brock chose peace over applause. Leaving wrestling didn't end the fight. It made it real. Because next came the NFL, the UFC, life-threatening battles, and a legend feared across sports. Walking away from WWE didn't mean quitting. For Brock Lesnar, it meant choosing a harder battlefield, one where fame didn't protect you. In 2004, Brock Lesnar made a decision that shocked the sports world. He chased the NFL dream. No college football background, no safety net, just raw belief. He joined the Minnesota Vikings, fighting for a roster spot against lifelong football players. The result? Effort wasn't enough. Talent wasn't enough. Brock didn't make the team. For the first time in his life, strength failed him. That rejection hit harder than any loss in wrestling. No cheers, no spotlight, just silence. But Brock didn't break. He recalibrated, because some men don't quit, they redirect. In 2008, Brock Lesnar entered the UFC. No scripted outcomes, no safety illusions. Real punches, real blood, real consequences. Critics laughed. They called him a fake fighter. They were wrong. Despite limited MMA experience, Brock bulldozed opponents. His power was terrifying. His wrestling was elite. In 2008, Brock Lesnar became UFC heavyweight champion. In record time, the doubters went silent. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the real lives of legends, make sure you subscribe to Life of Legends for more untold stories of power, struggle, and success. But dominance came at a cost. Brock developed diverticulitis, a condition that nearly killed him. Emergency surgeries, extreme weight loss, months of weakness. The unbeatable beast was suddenly fighting for survival. Mental isolation and fear. Away from the spotlight, Brock faced fear he'd never known. Not defeat, mortality. Doctors doubted his return. Fans questioned his future. But Brock Lesnar wasn't finished. Against medical odds, Brock returned to the UFC. He wasn't invincible anymore, but he was smarter, more calculated, more dangerous. Every fight became a war. Through WWE and UFC contracts, pay-per-view bonuses, endorsements, and limited appearances, Brock Lesnar quietly built a multi-million-dollar fortune. He didn't chase media. Media chased him. Brock Lesnar isn't motivated by applause. He's motivated by control. Control of his schedule, his privacy, his family. That's why he disappears, then returns when the terms are right. But Brock's story doesn't end in the octagon, because next came his return to WWE. Record-breaking contracts, a private ranch life, and a legacy feared across generations. When Brock Lesnar walks away from the spotlight, he doesn't disappear. He retreats to power. Far from cameras and crowds, Brock Lesnar lives on a massive ranch in Saskatchewan, Canada. Wide fields, cold winds, total isolation. This isn't luxury for show. This is peace on his terms. Here, Brock wakes up before sunrise. He hunts, he farms, he lifts heavy steel in silence. No entourage, no red carpets, just land, discipline, and routine. Why Brock chose a ranch life. After years of fame, injuries, and chaos, Brock chose distance over noise. The ranch protects his mind. It keeps him grounded. For Brock Lesnar, privacy is the ultimate luxury. Family first, the man behind the beast. Away from the character, Brock is a husband and a father. He keeps his family life fiercely private. No interviews, no exposure. Because Brock understands something fame never teaches. Not everything valuable should be seen. When Brock returned to WWE, he rewrote the rulebook. Limited dates, massive paydays, main event status. No one else had that power. Why? Because Brock Lesnar isn't just a wrestler. He's an attraction. When Brock appears, ratings rise, tickets sell, history happens. The business of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar mastered something rare, knowing his worth. He doesn't overexpose himself. Every appearance feels important. Every match feels dangerous. That scarcity is strategic. Through WWE mega contracts, UFC championship earnings, pay-per-view bonuses, and selective endorsements, Brock Lesnar has built an estimated net worth of tens of millions of dollars, and he spends almost none of it publicly. No mansions, no flash. Unlike many stars, Brock doesn't flaunt supercars or mega mansions. His wealth is invested in land, security, freedom. The ranch isn't just a home, it's an escape plan. Why Brock Lesnar terrifies opponents. It's not just his strength, it's his mindset. Brock doesn't need approval. He doesn't crave validation. He shows up, dominates, and leaves without explanation. That unpredictability makes him dangerous. Most legends talk themselves into relevance. Brock Lesnar lets silence do the work. No social media presence, no constant interviews, just myth. And myth is powerful. Today's wrestlers chase fame. Brock Lesnar chased leverage and won. He changed how contracts are negotiated. He proved that less can be more. The final truth about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar isn't chasing legacy. He already owns it. A man who conquered wrestling, survived real combat, beat illness, and walked away richer than ever. To live quietly. This isn't just the story of a beast. It's the story of a man who refused to be controlled by fame, fear, or expectations. When the world expects Brock Lesnar to be loud, he chooses silence. When fame demands presence, he chooses distance. Welcome to Brock Lesnar's Saskatchewan ranch life. A life built on land, not applause. Brock's ranch stretches across open Canadian plains, where mornings begin with frost and hard work. This isn't a vacation home. This is where Brock lives for real. He feeds livestock, maintains equipment, checks fences. No cameras, no production crew, just responsibility. Farming as discipline for Brock. Farming isn't a hobby, it's training. Manual labor sharpens strength. Isolation sharpens focus. Every task on the ranch mirrors his fighting philosophy. Do the work, don't complain, finish strong. Even away from arenas, Brock still trains. Heavy lifting, explosive movement, conditioning drills. The beast never sleeps. Fighting isn't something Brock does. It's who he is. Whether in an octagon, a ring, or a frozen field at dawn, he prepares the same way. At the heart of Brock's ranch life is family. Private dinners, quiet evenings. No public exposure. Brock guards his family with the same intensity he guarded championship gold. He believes strength means protection, and the ranch provides exactly that. This land reflects Brock's personality. Rugged, unforgiving, honest. There are no shortcuts here, only effort, escaping the noise of the world. In a world obsessed with attention, Brock Lesnar chose invisibility. No trending posts, no viral drama, just life on his terms. Brock understands something rare. True power doesn't need an audience. It needs balance. Farming grounds him. Fighting fuels him. Family completes him. A message without words. Brock Lesnar's ranch life sends a message. You don't need to be seen to be unstoppable. You don't need noise to have impact. The Beast, rewritten. The world knows the Beast incarnate, but Saskatchewan knows the man. A farmer, a fighter, a protector. This isn't retirement. This is evolution. And Brock Lesnar has already won the game most never understand.